What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk, baby. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning. Good morning. Happy thanks freaking giving, y'all. Sorry, man. I missed y'all yesterday. I freaking missed y'all yesterday. Oh my lord. It was a hard day. It was a really hard day. Um, Not so much work, but it was like errands all day long, running around all day long, trying to get back to the computer all day long so I can get online, talk about all the crazy stuff that was popping off yesterday. And I get back to the computer finally thinking I'm going to at least have enough time for maybe like a 2 hour live stream so we could recap all the crazy news. And yeah, my computer was like, nah, bro, nah, I'm going to take the day off. Thanksgiving Eve is my day off. So your idea of doing a live stream, yeah, that ain't happening, buddy. That ain't happening. What you're gonna do now is instead of going live with your people, talking about all this crazy true crime that's popping off today, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend your evening messing with this computer to try to figure out what is going on. So that's what I did last night, y'all. I wanted to be here. Trust me, I did. But the computer had other plans. And I kind of saw this coming. It's been giving me those signs, you know what I mean? It's been giving me the warning signs of like, hey, buddy, you're really pushing your luck here with me. The computer is a little old. I originally built it for gaming, so it's been holding up okay. But I mean, it's got some years on it, and it is definitely giving me those tell signs of I'm about to give out on you, bro, and you ain't gonna be able to do your show. So I got to start figuring out how I'm gonna address that. And I'm just hoping and praying that this bad boy at least get us through the rest of this year before it gives out on me, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, guys, yesterday was crazy, y'all. And I'm not downplaying it. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll probably say that a couple times throughout the stream, but yesterday was insane. Yo, like my phone the whole time, like I was out and I couldn't get back to the computer to go live. My phone was blowing up. It was like, TPP, dude, did you see the terrorist attack? TPP, yo, they arrested Becky Hill's son. TPP. Like, did you hear about what's going on with Maya? TPP. Did you hear about the arrest and the Delphi stuff? And I'm just like, I know, guys. I know. I'm right there with you all. I want to talk about this stuff so bad, but I was like hung up all damn day. And then, like I said, by the time I got to the computer said, no, bro, ain't happening today. But anyways. Let me see who I got here this morning, man. And thank you all for being here. I can't believe I actually got people in the room on Thanksgiving morning. So awesome. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. We got Tumbleina True. Good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Miss Darcy. Good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Damn, got a bunch of y'all. Miss Pat Gaines. Happy Thanksgiving. BM Turtle Madness. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Miss Julie Duck. Mom. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. Who else we got here? We got Miss Dakota Parker. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving, Miss Dakota. All right, all right. Looks like I caught most of the people that was. Yeah, it looks like I got y'all. Thank you all for being here, though. I really do appreciate it. Once again, it's one of those live streams where I was like, this is probably just going to be a live pre-record because I don't know if anybody's jumping into this bad boy this morning. I know a lot of people probably want to hit. If you are going on live today, you're probably trying to find the streams where they're they just talking about just random stuff, socializing, but we got to get the recap in, baby. We got to get a quick news recap in before you all start your day, like really get into the grind of the day, right? You got to get a little true crime fix. So let's go ahead and we're going to just do a quick little recap of 4 different things that popped up yesterday. We had that bridge situation, the Rainbow Bridge. We had the Westville arrest. We had Becky Hill's son getting arrested, and we had some more craziness with Johns Hopkins defense, right? So we're gonna kind of work through those 4 little deals, little quick updates on those. Feel free to give your opinions down in the comments, y'all. Definitely feel free. Anybody on the replay gang, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about these topics. Very interested in see what you guys' thoughts are. And then another thing too, guys, I apologize. The last stream, my last live stream was flat. It was real flat. I was exhausted. I probably shouldn't even came on the live stream. My energy was really low. And in all honesty, too, there was a lot of drama popping off that day. And I think true crime content actually took a backseat to the drama. Unfortunately, the last couple of days it's been kind of like that. There's plenty of true crime to cover out there. There's plenty of true crime to cover. So I don't know why people talk about it's a slow week with true crime. It really isn't. What it is just people. I don't know. They just rather cover drama, I guess. So that being said, I was a little bummed out last stream. I was super tired, and I was noticing people were flocking from my true crime content coverage to go watch drama. So I ain't gonna lie, it was a little disappointing, but I guess that is what it is with YouTube and true crime. A lot of people act like they don't like the drama, act like they'd rather have a community where there's no drama, but the moment some drama's popping off, man, they out the peaceful community to go watch the drama. So, anyways, my apologies for being flat, letting that affect me. I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? I got to get up here and just do my thing, regardless of what's popping off on these YouTube streets. But anyways, that being said, I just had to touch on that a little bit. All right, looks like I'm still good at chat. So let's go ahead and get this first article popped up that I want to get into. And this is what I could find so far this morning on the Rainbow Bridge incident yesterday. Now, man, when this popped off yesterday, dude, my phone absolutely blew the hell up. When this was popping off, I'm not joking, man. The moment it started popping off, I had everybody trying to get a hold of me. And I felt bad because I couldn't respond because, if I'm at work, I can't respond. Like what I do, you can't stop. And especially when I'm doing hazmat responding, all focus has to be on those hazmats. So I couldn't respond. And then if I'm with my kids, when I'm with my girls and I'm out, I can't answer that phone. If I'm at home, I'll answer the phone. I'll make a quick call. But if I'm out with my girls, it's priorities, y'all. Y'all understand that. I'm sure y'all do. When you're with your kids, it's priority. You focus on your kids. Everything else has got its own time, but you take care of them babies and focus on them babies. So that being said, if I ignored anybody's calls yesterday or anybody's text messages, emails, any of that stuff, I missed it. That's what was going on. I think I got back to most of everybody and let you guys know what I was doing. So, but I just want to touch on that. But yeah, guys, my phone was blowing up over this. And then it was like terrorist attack, this, that, oh, bombs, explosives. And I'm just like, oh, crap. And I can't even go live right now. What is going on? But this morning, it seems to be a little bit more demystified. So we'll get into that. Evelyn Stevens, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Dakota says, did you see the update on Chad Dorman, Ohio? That was another thing. Honestly, Dakota, yes, I did. And if this live doesn't run too terribly long, I'll probably, if you remind me, I'll get into that as well. Like I said, guys, there was so much yesterday. My live stream yesterday, had I been able to get on last night, we'd have been here for like 4 or 5 hours with all the stuff that I wanted to cover yesterday. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. It was anybody that was claiming that there's nothing to cover in true crime yesterday besides drama, tripping, man. There was so much to cover. But let me go ahead and get this popped up here. And let's get into this. Let's get into this little article here. All right. Let me see. Criminal Med said, make sure I have your name on on our plants tomorrow for Stephen Smith, Maggie, Paul, and Mallory Beach, if you wish. So, guys, once again, our community, Criminal Med is going and putting out memorials for all those individuals. All right. All those individuals that everybody's forgotten about amongst all the insanity with these cases and these trials and all this stuff. A lot of these people that Criminal Med is going to leave these memorials for, they haven't got the proper memorials, respect, memories, all that stuff. So, at least in my opinion, so Criminal Med's offering to do that for our community, to leave that stuff. So, if you want your name on those memorials, please, please, please go to the post. I have a community post, right, where I ask everybody to leave your name. If you want your name on those memorials, go say, hey, please put me on. And that's all you got to do. Me and Criminal Med are looking at it and making sure we're getting everybody's name. So if you guys can let us know, she's about ready to get that set up. So I'd appreciate it greatly. And then once again, Criminal Med, thank you for doing that for our community. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Tansy, good to see you. Happy Turkey Day. Dakota said, I'll find a decent article and video for you here in a bit on Chad. I'm so mad about it. Oh man, I didn't. And that's the thing, is I saw some stuff was coming out and I didn't really get to deep dive it because of what was going on yesterday with me. And yeah, I'm interested to see all the details on that dormant stuff. That was probably going to be something that I'm learning with you all. Because like I said, I just saw the headlines. I didn't get to dig into it, but it's definitely something, if we got time, I'd like to get into. Okay, guys, I'll shut up. Let me get into this first article. And yeah. Was Rainbow Bridge explosion a terror attack? Here's what happened. An explosion at New York's Rainbow Bridge border crossing with Canada has been labeled a traffic incident by authorities after media outlets initially reported that it was a terrorist attack. And I'll be honest with y'all, I mean, it checked out to me, it seemed like it, right? I mean, it seemed like the timing seemed like it could possibly have been that. It was pretty bad. Anyways, okay. A vehicle exploded on Wednesday near the Rainbow Bridge, which acts as a border crossing between the Ontario and New York state sides of Niagara Falls. 2 people were found dead in the vehicle on the U.S. side of the crossing. The Associated Press reported a Customs and Border Protection CBP worker was treated at a hospital for minor injuries and released. AP added, the Rainbow Bridge is currently closed as investigations are underway. The CBP released CCT TV footage showing a car traveling at high speed and flying into the air. Videos from scenes showed a heavy law enforcement presence and large flames and smoke near a toll booth. FBI Buffalo said in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, on Wednesday evening that it was investigating a vehicle explosion at Rainbow Bridge, adding, as this situation is very fluid, that's all we can say at this time. The National FBI office also encouraging the public to report tips. Buffalo office has posted an update since, concluding there was no evidence of terrorism and that it was treating the explosion as a result of a traffic incident. And I'm hearing that it might have had something to do with an electric vehicle. That's just what I was hearing. That's hearsay, though, but we'll see exactly what it is. Okay, it stated FBI Buffalo has concluded our investigation at the scene of the Rainbow Bridge incident. A search of the scene revealed no explosive materials and no terrorism nexus was identified. The matter has been turned over to the Niagara Falls Police Department as a traffic investigation. New York Governor Kathy Hochul also released a statement confirming there was no signs of terrorists involved in the traffic explosion that occurred here in Western New York. Earlier, prominent media outlets began suggesting it was a terror incident. And of course, man, because, dude, everybody's views went up insane yesterday when they started reporting that it was a terror attack. How terror attack line spread. Okay. As clips posted online show, Fox News began reporting about 1:46 Eastern that, according to high-level police sources, the explosion was an attempted terrorist attack, adding that there were a lot of explosives in the vehicle whose occupants were heading to Canada. Speaking to Republican primary candidate Vivek Ramaswamy? Yeah, Fox host Trace Gallagher questioned whether the people who perpetrated this attack had come into the country illegally. Yeah, dude, this thing went real crazy real quick. So it went from like just, hey, we had a car explode to this terrorist attack to now we're like talking about illegals, and it got crazy real quick, y'all. Did they come across illegally and claim asylum? Gallagher added. Were they some of the nearly 1 million gotaways who have come into this country? Were they radicalized in this country? Were they radicalized at all? Did they come into the country that way? There are so many questions yet to be answered, but given, as you point out, the situation that we have with immigration in this country, you just don't know who's coming in. I mean, those are all valid, but it was like, man, this thing got blown out of it got blown so far out of context. And that's another thing too, is like when there's something that gets this blown out of context in the media, afterwards you got to kind of look to see what we missed, right? Because there's always something that we missed while we're concentrating on the nothing burger. Okay, Ramaswamy would not be drawn to comment on what immediately led up to the blast, but called it a startling reminder of the need for tougher border policy in the north. So this possible just car accident got turned into like massive national news. It's pretty crazy. Fox News reporting was quickly picked up by prominent commentators and politicians. Republican Senator Ted Cruz from Texas wrote on X Wednesday evening, "This confirms our worst fear. The explosions at Rainbow Bridge was a terrorist attack." Man, so many people jumped on it too. Look at that. Both attackers are dead. He added before thanking law enforcement officers. Arizona senatorial candidate Carrie Lake wrote, "This may have been an attempted terror attack along our northern border. If so, our worst fears are being realized." Joe Biden is inviting this kind of chaos into our. I'm not even reading that. This gets political, y'all. Fox News. All right. Let's see. It's past that. Fox News has changed its reporting, stating that its reporter Alexis McAdams was told by sources that the explosion was so big and fierce that authorities first thought it was a terrorist attack. Newsweek has contacted Fox News for comment. Western New York border crossings between U.S. and Canada were closed following the incident until further notice. Buffalo Niagara International Airport said it was increasing security system wide, meaning that while the airport would remain fully operational, cars going to the airport would undergo security checks. These additional checks have since been lifted. The initial reports of the terror attacks came at a tense time with Israel and Hamas at war. The FBI chief Christopher Wray told senators on October 31st, "The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat on attack against Americans in the United States to a whole other level. We assess that the actions of Hamas and its allies will serve as inspiration, the likes of which we haven't seen since ISIS launched its so-called caliphate years ago," he said. Okay, that's article, y'all. So, looks like this massive, crazy breaking news yesterday about a terror attack turned out to be a traffic accident. Holy crap, y'all. Holy crap. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't have a chance to get to my computer yesterday while it was popping off, because I seen a lot of my people reporting on it. And a lot of people bought into the terror attack thing like right off the gate without question. And the conspiracy theories were flying. And now we find out that it was probably a car accident. And then I'm hearing as well, it didn't say in this article, I was hearing that it possibly could have been electrical car issue. But like I said, I've been able to verify that. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Criminal said, "Thank you, Dakota. That gets me so." Yeah, I could already tell that article's gonna make me upset. Criminal said, "Explosions, FBI involved, bomb squad. Yes, overkill in my opinion." Yeah, dude, they got everybody, and it happened the day before Thanksgiving. Man, it was like a recipe to get everybody fired up for no reason. I mean, I literally got people that were going live with that like quick as hell because they went off of what FBI was saying. Criminal Med says, "I wonder if they passed gas instead of brake, then freaked out. If electric, the batteries would blow up. Lithium." I know, and that's what I was hearing, was that this is probably a electrical vehicle incident because of how it exploded. And the lithium, man. And when those fires start, those electric car fires start, it takes like an act of God to put them out. They are intense. Jiggy England, good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. But yeah, guys, so our terrorist attack wasn't a terrorist attack. It was probably electrical vehicle fire, and possibly a malfunction. The way that thing accelerated, there's a good chance that it was, what I'm hearing out on the streets, it was possibly an electrical vehicle issue. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Regardless, electrical vehicle, gas vehicle, whatever the case may be, a car accident got turned into a terrorist attack and literally had our whole national news locked up for, a 24-hour period. Is pretty crazy. All right, guys. So let's get on to the next topic. The next topic is, well, it's a topic I didn't see myself getting that involved with, just covering it here and there. But unfortunately, this topic has kind of sucked me in, and now it is what it is. And that is Delphi, y'all. Y'all, I know some of y'all for it, some of y'all against it, some of y'all have strong opinions on it. Some of you are still in limbo about what you think about the whole situation. And there ain't nothing wrong with any of it. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But the evidence leak that I've been freaking preaching against this whole time, the evidence leak. And because there were no arrests in this evidence leak, a lot of people didn't take the evidence leak serious, even though it was fact. It happened. A lot of people are like, well, I didn't see anything. I haven't seen anybody get arrested. We've just seen a judge go bad on the defense team over it, but I have not seen proof or evidence. Well, my last live stream, I read the transcripts, right, from the courtroom, not the courtroom, I'm sorry, the judge's, room. I read the transcripts, and within the transcripts, you literally have a lawyer admitting to the fact that evidence came out of his office, right? So there was that. I thought that would change people's opinion of the situation. Like, you know what I mean? But no, people still are like, no. And I get it. The judge could have did things a little bit different. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that at all. But it's fact. The evidence leak happened. I have evidence from this that I should not have. All right? I have pictures. So I know for a fact this evidence leak happened, or else I wouldn't have the pictures I have, right? So, yeah, man, super frustrating trying to because look, in true crime, there's people that are like pro-defense, there's people that are like pro-prosecution. It's just like people get real strong and opinionated on either side of it, right? So trying to explain to people that were like pro-defense, trying to defend the defense team on this, I'm like, bro, like I get it. You want this thing to go to trial, you want justice to be served, I get it. But you gotta like look at this with like logic and rationality. This dude screwed up. At least one of those defense attorneys screwed up. It's fact. Well, now the fact is there, right? Now we have a man actually has been arrested in his name, or he was kind of brought up in the transcripts I read. So this is fact. All right. The leak actually happened. The pictures are actually out there. And there's a good chance that this leak isn't a one-time thing, has been constantly happening, right? So anyways, we're going to cover the arrest. We are going to cover the arrest. All right, let me see. What are you saying, Criminal Man? Criminal Man said, I predict the judge's illness is a precursor to her recusing herself tomorrow or next week. Worried on that one. I think you might be right, Criminal Man. I think you might be right. At this point, I think you might be right. And I keep going back and forth between throw the judge out, the whole defense, throw everybody out, let's just start over. I mean, we don't get to see this trial until next year anyway, so let's just start completely over. I'm partially with that, but then I go back to, well, how about we keep the judge and we keep at least one of the attorneys that didn't screw up, and then let another defense attorney come in and join that team, and let the other guy that's been there from the jump speed him up to, I don't know, though. I don't know. I really don't know what the best option for this is, but we shall see what the upper courts decide. You know what I mean? Grimed says, why did he wait from August until October to release them? Planned, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing, guys. Here's another thing that has become completely apparent as well. Okay. You know how, like, in that, the paperwork that the defense released, their whole Odinus story, right? And there are a lot of people that got hooked on that Elvis Fields and what he was telling his sister, right? And everybody's like, yeah, the sister took a lie detector test, and what Elvis told her is fact because she passed that test. Well, one lie detector test ain't 100. You can't even really use them in trial, right? So that being said, we're finding out from day freaking one, and this comes out of the transcripts from day one, there was information leaked from day one. Now, that being said, not necessarily evidence leaked, but information leaked from day one. So how did Elvis Fields find out about the position of those bodies? Guys, that whole damn community knew about that situation and the crime scene and the details of it. That whole damn community in that area knew about it from the jump. Okay. So not only did we have details, right, and information leaked from the jump because we had lay people in the research and helping with the search that let that information out. Not only do we have that, we have the actual physical leak from the defense office as well. So from the jump, we had the information out there that Elvis had as well. So that story he told his sister, very well, sister believed it. Granted, she could have believed it. She could have ran with that and believed the whole thing completely, not realizing her brother heard all the same stuff the whole community heard from the very beginning and was just feeding her information that he heard. That information was out there, y'all. So that explains the whole Elvis thing. And then it's another thing is like, I was trying to wrap my mind around, okay, Elvis said this, his sister believed it, she passed a polygraph, but if he did what he said he did, he spit on her, on one of the girls, dude, his ass would be locked up, y'all. If his DNA is there, he's locked up. So the story, secondhand his sister believes it, takes the polygraph, passes the polygraph, so now all of a sudden that's fact, right? Wrong. It's wrong, man. All that information that he talked about has been out there since day freaking one. Day one. So more and more of the defense's story don't add up to me. And the leak, yeah, the leaks look pretty strategic, in my opinion, at this point. And then watching in the transcripts, reading the transcripts, watching the one defense attorney whose leak his office it came from, he was real quick to accept the bailout at the end. Whereas his partner, who wasn't responsible for the leak coming out of his office, you could tell he was pretty pissed. He wants to stay on the case. And I get that. It makes sense. I have to give it to him. He could have went bad on his partner there, on his team, on his partner for sure, because his partner screwed him with that evidence leak. And at the end of the day, that defense attorney, he could sit up there and be like, it wasn't my fault. It was a friend that worked at the office that did this, that, excuse. At the end of the day, bro, that's your case. That's your evidence. It's sensitive evidence. And it was up to you and your office to keep that under lock and key. That's it. That's what it comes down to. There's no excuses for it, man. So anyways, yeah, this whole Delphi thing is definitely getting very freaking interesting, y'all. There he is. It's been a couple live streams since we've seen the man himself. Rooster Cakes, happy Thanksgiving, my brother. Happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you here. But all right, guys, I'm going to shut up with my whole ranting on this Delphi stuff. Let me go ahead and just get into the article. Let's do it. Westfield man charged in Delphi murders evidence leak. Carroll County, Indiana. A friend and former coworker of attorney Andrew Baldwin, apologize, guys, who was one half of accused Delphi murderer Richard Allen's original defense team, is being charged after he admitted to taking photos of sensitive crime scene evidence related to the Delphi murders and leaking the photos online. And here's another thing, dude, is I hope this investigation's following the money. Dang, man. I hope the investigation's following the money, because I'm having a really hard time wrapping my mind around the fact that an attorney's office in general would have such horrible security for its evidence. Then the fact that it was the attorney's personal friend that did it, right? That's weird, right? Now, why that friend? There was no legal action taken against that friend by the attorney. Strange, right? Makes you wonder, should we follow the money on this? Has this gentleman that leaked this information, that is now in some legal trouble, has he been paid out by anybody? Follow the money, y'all. Why is this happening? There's something going on much deeper than just the surface of what we're seeing. Much deeper. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. Did the MS pay for them? That's the thing. I'm here. Look, guys, look, y'all know how I got interjected into this Delphi thing. I was just covering it little bits at a time, and then somebody dropped a little something on my lap. And that little something they dropped on my lap kind of upset me at the beginning because I was like, dude, am I getting set up to have information I'm not supposed to have? Well, I've been watching that person and I've been watching the Delphi madness, and it seems that that person might have been on point, y'all. He might have been on point with some of his accusations. And he definitely used a strategy to out some people to basically get people to tell on themselves. So that being said, very interesting to see this stuff unfold. Sometimes crazy people on the internet, sometimes some crazy people actually know what they're talking about. It's yeah, it's something else, man. It's something else. So let me see. Criminal Man said, this is going to hit hard on some YouTube channels. Too involved. I agree. And let me go ahead and put another disclaimer out there for my fellow content creators and my fellow subscribers, my fellow true crime addicts. Yo, you guys know how I do it, right? I take in all the information. I kind of come up to my idea, my speculation, whatever. Then I take my ideas and I go and I look at what attorneys are saying, right? Professionals are saying. And I look at both defense attorneys, prosecutors, the whole nine. And I try to figure out what both sides are saying. And in the middle, you're going to find what's right. Because you got to understand, people, if you're watching defense or if you're watching attorneys that have YouTube channels, understand this. They're going to skew heavily towards whatever side they are. If they're a defense attorney, they're going to be pro-defense more than 90% of the time. They're going to give you a heavily pro-defense opinion. Same with prosecutors, right? So you got to understand what they're doing as they're doing it. Now, some of these attorneys, they're spinning narratives based on how they see it because of their profession. You got to watch that, y'all. That will get you in trouble if you take their words verbatim and like as it's the gospel. You have to hear it all. Take all the information in from everywhere because there's a lot of them that are skewing the narratives out here on YouTube and getting a lot of other content creators that don't have the legal knowledge. They get them in some trouble. There's that. Plus, I'm starting to see a disturbing trend with cases where defense teams are indirectly getting information out to YouTube content creators, true crime content creators, and they're having these YouTube content creators spin a narrative for the defense in the public eye. It's crazy. This stuff is happening, guys. It is happening. Watch what you believe from who you're receiving information from is all I can say. There are some really good channels out there. There's some amazing channels out there, both just your average YouTuber like me, and then you have some amazing channels out there ran by attorneys. Please do your due diligence. Pay attention to what they're saying. Vet what they're saying. Don't take anybody's word as the gospel. Do your own research, man. Because I'm telling you, some of these attorneys I'm seeing on YouTube, I think they're getting a little caught up with the fame. You know what I mean? And they really, I don't know, man. I ain't putting nobody's name out there, but I've been watching a couple of them, and it seems like the fame might be getting to them to where, I don't know, I'm not trusting their opinions as much. It seems a little wishy-washy. But anyways, let me jump back over to this. Who's your redneck? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving, man. All right, let's jump back into the article, y'all. Let's see. All right. Mitchell Westerman, 41, of Westfield, is charged with one count of conversion, a Class A misdemeanor. According to the court's document, Westerman once was employed at Baldwin's law firm, and the two have been friends for several years. Westerman no longer works with Baldwin, but said he frequently stopped by the office to visit with Baldwin and staff. Bro, there's something, I'm telling y'all, just something don't make sense about this story we're hearing. On October 5th, law enforcement were notified of a leak in evidence related to the slayings of Libby German and Abby Williams in Delphi in February of 2017. The evidence, including sensitive crime scene photos, had been spread online and distributed to YouTube and podcast content creators. And here's the other thing, y'all, because like A lot of people are saying, well, the podcast got it and they deleted it, they reported it. Dude, if that was the only way that stuff got leaked and it was just to that one podcast and they reported it, how do so many YouTubers, content creators, true crimers have these pictures? It's insane. So it's more than just the one, y'all. More than just one. Somebody lying out there. On October 9th, Westerman reportedly contacted Baldwin and admitted to being behind the leak. Westerman told Baldwin that he had stopped by the law firm's office and found evidence photos related to Delphi case spread out in Baldwin's conference room. Dude, that right there, man, that right there alone, that is gross negligence. If this story is even close to being true and these guys didn't orchestrate this, how are you just leaving little girls' unalived pictures laying out? How are you just, anyways, man? Westerman admitted to using his phone to take photographs of the evidence and then sharing these photos with a fisher's man. A fisher's man? Or a fisherman, or I don't know, man. I don't like how they're using fishers up in this, man. But here's the thing, guys. The photo that I have personally does not look like a photo of a photo. It looks like a photo emailed or sent to somebody. It does not look like a photo of a photo. That's just what I got. Y'all can believe what y'all want, but that's what I'm telling y'all on my end, is they don't look like photos of a photo. Chronomat, exactly. The Karen Reed case, another example. Yes, that's another one. And that's fact now. We know that as a fact that Karen Reed's defense team was pushing information out to Turtle Boy. So that's why he was so amped up to push this narrative. And I'm not saying that he's wrong or they're wrong, but we got to start watching it as true crime creators and subscribers that take in this content. We got to understand there's some really shady stuff going on now. Really shady stuff. Tumbleweed said, I can't get into Delphi, sorry, too much in Idaho. Like Kelsey Barrett, so heartbreaking, and the sicko nurse got off free. Rest in peace, Kelsey. I feel you, Tumbleweed. Yeah, some people can only handle one case at a time. So I feel you on that. Me, I got that true crime ADHD, so I'll be like all over the place. Let's see. BS. Nobody deleted them. Oh, I know, Criminal Men. I know that for a fact. Y'all, like, I haven't brought a lot of the deep diving I've been doing on this Delphi stuff to our live streams because, like I said, if I can't vet it, I don't want to talk about it. But man, I'm telling you right now, the stuff that I've been learning behind the scenes from some of these people, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, disgusting. I really hope the full truth comes out because I think when it does, like Criminal Med said, there's going to be some true crime content creators that are going to be in trouble and going to need to do a lot of it. There's literally people that have built platforms, just like in Summerwell's case, the Delphi case, people have literally built entire platforms off of it. It's crazy. Hindsight, it's good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving at TRPP and all. Much love, man. Thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. Forever Army. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, Forever. Thank you for being here. All right, I'll keep reading, y'all. I'll keep reading. Let's keep rolling here. Investigators determined the Fisher's man. Is that Fisher's man? Or is it supposed to be fisherman? I don't understand. Then shared the evidence with a man from Texas who, in turn, forwarded the evidence to various YouTube and podcast creators. Bro, so originally, they're trying to claim that leak went to one person and it got deleted. Right there, y'all. Well, now we're finding out it got put out to everybody. Or else I wouldn't have what I have. According to the court documents, the Fisher's man ended up taking his own life after being questioned by the police about the evidence leak. And that's another thing people forget. Like, literally, this evidence leak caused a man to unalive himself. And everybody's just, all right, no big deal. Evidence leak was no big deal, all right? I mean, evidence leak happened. Dude unalived himself. The evidence leak possibly could cause us not to get real justice for these girls and their family. But hey, the evidence leak was no big deal. No big deal. Nothing to see here. Westerman admitted in a sworn statement that Baldwin did not give him permission to take photographs of the crime scene evidence he found in the conference room of the law firm's office. He also said Baldwin was not present in the conference room when he took the photos. Oops. What the heck? Why is it jumping? My bad, guys. Sorry, I lost my place. My bad. All right. Okay. Brad Rosie, the other half of Allen's original defense team, called Westerman's actions theft due to him not having permission from either of the attorneys to take the photographs of the evidence, let alone share the sensitive information with others. But it's like, dude, so law enforcement is obviously, dude wouldn't be arrested, right, if they weren't in it. But how are you going to have a friend steal something for you, admit it, and then you're not going to do anything legally against this guy for it? Like, cap, man, something's not right. The Delphi evidence leak has caused a flood of problems for the highly publicized murder case, including playing a major role in Judge Fran Gohl removing both Rosie and Baldwin from the case after calling their actions grossly negligent. Baldwin previously called the leak by Westerman a betrayal and said he has since kept all Delphi documents and files locked in cabinets. Bro, you should have did that from the beginning. Both Baldwin and Rosie continue to plead their case to the Indiana Supreme Court to be reinstated as Allen's legal counsel while also calling for Judge Gohl to be thrown from the case. Allen's trial, originally set for January, now likely will not begin until October or November. All right, that's article, y'all. That is article. So there we go, y'all. The leaks are fact. It is fact. I didn't get up here and like complain about somebody sending me some papers for no reason. It absolutely is fact. Those pictures are out there. It has absolutely been leaked, and it is 100% affecting this trial in a very horrible way. Yeah. So for any of the doubters that weren't sure about the leak, thought I was just hearsay, or thought I was up here lying about what I received in emails, there y'all go. Real deal. Dude has been arrested. So now we just get to hear from the higher courts. I'm anxious to hear the decision on what is going to happen with the judge in this case, this overall case for that matter. Absolute insanity, y'all. Delphi has been, I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know about it. I don't know what is going to end up happening at the very end of this Delphi situation. I just know that those leaks definitely are at the epicenter of the issue here and has screwed everything up. I hope that the investigation gets to the very root of everybody involved in the leak, not just this hearsay or claims, but literally gets to and everybody involved in the leak, maximum punishment. Let's see. Criminal said, "Thank you, everyone, for being here with us." Yes, I appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it. I know it's Thanksgiving morning, and I know there's a lot of places you could be. Especially, I know there's a lot of stuff popping off of these YouTube streets, a lot of drama, a lot of this, a lot of that. Y'all could be, consuming. But appreciate y'all being here with me. I really do. All right, guys. So we got the next one. So let's jump into our next topic. We got some stuff popping off with the Murdaugh saga. Now, it's not directly connected to the Murdaugh yet. I say yet, but we shall see. We shall see, because it sounds like South Carolina, if you are a criminal in South Carolina, I think y'all got like this registry y'all hooked up in, and everybody knows everybody, I think, and everybody's like doing some type of some bad stuff. We'll just put it that way. Everybody out there doing some bad stuff. Let me see. Criminal Med says this stuff runs really, really deep, in my opinion. Yes. I think what's happening though with the Delphi case is what we're going to see here is there's some stuff that's been going on in the social media realm with true crime and cases and trials. And I think there's been a lot of how do I put it? There's been a lot of things going on for quite a long while with defense teams and YouTubers and information leaks and trying to manipulate the view of the public view. I think this Delphi case is about to show everybody how it's been being done. I think the leak was a little too much. And I think now we're going to start seeing, and then the same with Turtle Boy. I think we're going to start seeing, and it's going to be we're going to start seeing the outing of information on how defense attorneys are getting with YouTubers and steering narratives. I think we're going to see that, and I think the Delphi is exposing that in a big way. So I say that once again, my content creators, if you have a successful platform or you're starting to see success and you're covering a case that's fresh, and all of a sudden you have a defense team or somebody that seems to know the defense team or has a lot of information that nobody else has and they're feeding it to you, be careful. Be careful on what you're putting out to your people and what you're believing, because like I said, at the end of this all, there are going to be some content creators going to look like gigantic asses, and they're going to lose a lot of their support because of the things that they fed their people as truth. But all right, guys, so let's go ahead and get on to this next one, this next topic, because I could rant on each one of these topics, for hours. So our next topic, we get into the Murdaugh. Get back over to old Murdaugh saga, and granted, this isn't directly connected to him, but the activities that were happening in this situation could affect it. Definitely, if Murdaugh's defense team can figure out a way to use this in his issues, it's on and cracking. So what am I talking about? Son of Murdaugh clerk of court arrested facing felony wiretapping charges, y'all. They do big in South Carolina. I don't know if y'all notice. South Carolina, now, you got Florida man, right? But South Carolina does not get enough respect for its craziness with its criminals, y'all. It doesn't. Murdaugh's been still on the show. He's been, him and Cousin Eddie, they kind of like, centerpiece criminals where everybody's just focused on those guys. But hey, we got entire prisons filled with corrupt freaking law enforcement and CEOs, and it's bad. You guys heard the last article I read, right? About what was going on with the big bus there. Insane. So anyways, y'all start giving South Carolina their due respect for their criminals, all right? Because they got plenty. Criminal man said, "Oh my God, South Carolina is scaring the shiz out of Bob. He hates me running Murdaugh country." I don't blame Bob. Bob's smart, criminal med. Bob is a smart man. I don't blame Bob for being concerned. I'm concerned about you out there, all right? I'm concerned about you out there. I'm concerned about you out there, us being as in deep to this Murdaugh stuff as we are, and then I got you out there, and then us doing these memorials and stuff. I'm right there with Bob. I am a little concerned, criminal med. So please keep your head on the swivel when you're out there doing these memorials and these good things for us, taking the pictures and whatnot. Please be safe, all right? Because yeah, it's crazy in South Carolina, y'all. It is absolutely crazy. Let's see. Criminal man said he'll be connected. Talk to my computer security son. It will be shown, in my opinion. Oh shit. Oh my God, y'all. I'm telling you right now. This 2024 is shaping up to be a good one, y'all. It's shaping up to be a good one. Bougie says, I'm in South Carolina, but away from the Murdaugh area. Please be safe, Bougie. Because it's not just their area. It sounds like the whole damn state got some craziness going on. Sled's working overtime right now to like crack down on that state every which way possible. But it's going to take a lot of work to overthrow these old power structures, these old criminal power structures that are funded off of old money and power. It's going to take a while. But anyways, guys, let me go ahead and get in this article. We'll read about Miss Becky's son. He looks like a winner, doesn't he? He looked like he could be related to Alec, to be honest with y'all. He looked a little bit like a cross between Alec and Cousin Eddie, to be quite honest with you. To Mr. Jeffrey Hill right there. Y'all agree? Doesn't he look like he could be one of the, like, somewhere between Alec and Cousin Eddie? There's Jeffrey. And if you told me they're family, I'd believe it. I'm just saying, I'd believe it. All right, guys, let's get into this one. Colleton County, South Carolina. The son of clerk of court who is serving during a convicted killer Alex Murdaugh's trial, now behind bars. Jeffrey Hill was arrested on a felony warrant on Tuesday as a result of an ongoing investigation by South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED. Hill is the son of Rebecca Hill, who has come under fire in her role as clerk of court during the Murdaugh trial. Online records indicate that Hill was arrested on a charge of wiretapping. And a source has confirmed with Court TV's Chanley Painter that Hill is accused of illegally recording conversations involving a deputy county administrator, Megan Utzi, who served as liaison between the county and the court during Alex Murdaugh's murder trial. Yo, you guys, for sure, Criminal Med Son's he's right. This is gonna come back connected to him. Oh my Lord, this is gonna come back connected to them. You already know it. You already know it. Criminal Med said inbreeding. You said it, not me. But I agree. It looked a little sus. My boy looked a little sus in his appearance. No hate. No hate. Jeffrey Hill is a technology director at Colton County Administration, according to WCBD, where he's responsible for the day-to-day operations of computer software, data storage, mobile cellular devices, management, and support. Yo, he's like the worst person. That's like the worst. He literally had the best position to take advantage of information gathering, basically. Not good, not good. Court TV obtained Hill's arrest warrant, which says that he is accused of using his position at Colton County Administration to unlawfully intercept and listen to a conversation between two victims whose names are redacted. Investigators said that neither victim was aware that he was listening or gave consent for their conversation to be recorded. Hill appeared before Associated Chief Magistrate Sophia T. Henderson, who set a $20,000 personal reconnaissance bond. Bro, 20? That should have been more than that. A jury convicted Murdaugh of murdering his wife Maggie and son Paul at their South Carolina home. He was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences for murders. In an appeal filed with court, Murdaugh's attorney have alleged jury tampering was an issue in the trial and have accused Rebecca Hill of speaking inappropriately to some of the jurors. Rebecca Hill has denied the claims and signed affidavit filed with prosecution's response to the defense motion for a new trial. Jeffrey Hill is expected to be released on bond and is due for his first court appearance at 9 a.m. on January 26, 2024 at the Colton County, South Carolina Circuit Court. All right, that's the article, y'all. So, yeah, man. First, they come in at Becky, right? They're like, "Oh, jury tampering, this and that." They got a couple of jurors that I don't even think were the jurors that made the final, decision, and they got them to, like, speak out against her, right? But then Miss Hill comes back with the affidavit, and we have like almost all the rest of the jurors saying everything was, 100 above board. Becky Hill didn't do anything wrong. That's great. That kind of gave me a little bit of a positive vibe going into this possible second trial. I was like, all right, this might not happen. This might not happen now. But now all of a sudden, Miss Becky's son getting arrested for wiretapping, and it may or may not have nothing to do with the Alec trial, the Murdaugh trial. But who knows? It very well possibly could be connected. That being said, though, if there is any way that this is connected, like if they could connect Becky's son, Mr. Jeff, to Alec in any which way, or connect that to Becky's case or her possible jury tampering in any which way, however they could connect it to make it look bad, Murdaugh's defense team's going to make it happen. They're good at it. Criminal Med said Becky's book sales just went way up. That is fact. I guarantee each one of these little crazy incidences that happens is connected to Miss Becky. You know that it is absolutely helping her book sales. Criminal Med said IT director here, all access positions. Yep. K Mac, good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Thank you for dropping in and showing the love. Appreciate it. Oh, man, PJ's World. Good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping in and saying happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate that. I hope you and Dolly have an awesome day. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Let me see. Criminal Med. We have an IT director here. That is all access position. That is an all access position. Yep. Yeah, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all with the Murdaugh saga. Lil Mama, good to see you, man. Hey, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. PJ says, hit the like, y'all. Thank you. You let him know, PJ. Let him know. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Little Mama, number 13. Thank you for smashing that like on the way in. Tumbelina says, it sounds purposeful to me. Yeah, I don't like this. I was pretty excited about the affidavit that came out with Becky Hill, denying everything, the other jurors coming out and saying, like, nah. I was feeling pretty good about us not having the retrial. I went from pretty sure we were going to have it to pretty sure we weren't going to have it. Now I'm kind of in limbo. Like I said, if the defense team can connect this to anything that has to do with that juror tampering, anything at all, we're going to see another trial, I think. Damn. Hey, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it. KMX says, always, brother. Love seeing the sub number climb. Me too, man. Me too. Let's see. Criminal said, this is a hugely deep and planned, in my opinion. I know. I can't wait to see the full details on it come out. Because we don't even know the names of the people he was spying on or what their situation is, or if it's even involved with Alec. We don't even know at this point. So if it is, though, Alec's team will figure it out, and they will throw a masterful strategy together to capitalize on that, in my opinion. Joanne Kernan, good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for dropping in. I know everybody's like, dude, this guy's live on Thanksgiving. I know there's other people live on Thanksgiving. I think most people are just trying to kick it, though. They're not really talking true crime. But like I said, guys, I couldn't get live yesterday because of the computer problem. So I had to get on today and give a little recap of yesterday's madness because, dude, across the board yesterday, true crime was popping the hell off. And I'm not talking about the drama, y'all. I ain't even talking about the drama. You know me, I just try to stay clear of that. But I mean, between drama and news, like it was nuts yesterday. Sam's Rock, shoot, I'm late, lol. Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving, Sam. Thank you for being here. Joanne says, hope everyone has a beautiful day. We hope you have a beautiful day as well. All right, guys. So the next one we're gonna jump in. We got another topic. Yes, like I said, y'all, we gotta do a little recap this morning. I gotta get it all in and catch back up. You missed 24 hours, not coming on live. There's a lot to catch up on. Let me see. I trust nobody, especially attorneys. You sound like me. Yeah. I don't really. That's why I'm always trying to find so many sources of information. I won't just go off of one source. I have to hear it all because I don't trust anybody. So I need to hear it all, and then I can dig through all that and then find, what I'm looking for. But I'm the same way. My trust is very low with a lot of these individuals. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this article. So I'm pretty upset about this one. Criminal Med is trying to calm me down on this. She's telling me, look, I don't think there's anything here. I don't think there's enough here for them to, throw it out and do another trial. I don't think there's enough here, but it's definitely concerning, you guys. It's definitely concerning, but let's go ahead and get into it. So here we go. We got some more Maya, guys. Johns Hopkins All Children's alleges Maya trial juror misconduct, ask for new trial. Yes, y'all are reading that right. Y'all heard me correctly. And when this information got sent to me, I was not happy. I immediately sent it to Criminal Med. I was like, look, what is going on here? And she's like, calm down. I don't think there's enough here for them to get what they want out of it. But let's read, guys. Let's get into it, and let's hope and pray that what we read right here isn't enough to get a new trial. I'm hoping Criminal Med's right. I think she's right, but either way, it's got me a little stressed out. Because y'all know already how I feel, the emotions with the Maya situation. Let me see. Criminal Med says, this attempt by Johns Hopkins, yo, we gonna steal that? I don't mind stealing that. I like that. The Shopkins, that's from Fox's channel, huh? They call him John Shopkins. That shit is so funny. Johns Hopkins Prisoners Hospital is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. That is like the quote of the day, y'all. There we go. That is literally the quote of the day. Criminal Meg's quote of the day. This attempt by Johns Hopkins All Prisoners Hospital is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I love it. I love it. The juror asked good questions. Yeah, and just to let you guys know, they're accusing juror number one, the one that they wanted to kick out, right? The one that was paying attention to the trial, doing his due diligence as a juror to figure out what the truth was. That guy, yeah, they want to claim that guy, juror tampering, all that, juror misconduct. My bad. They want to claim that. So let's get into the information, and you guys decide. You guys decide. Actually, let me drop a poll because this one I had a couple polls that I had ideas to drop during this live stream, but for sure, I want to know your guys' opinion on this one. And obviously, probably don't want to answer the poll till after I get done reading the article, but I'm interested to see what you guys think. And like I said, you guys don't answer that until I get a little bit farther into reading this article. Okay, here we go. Sarasota, Florida. Less than 2 weeks after a Sarasota County jury found Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital liable for all civil claims in the Take Care of Maya trial, the hospital has asked for a new trial amid claims of juror misconduct. According to Johns Hopkins, their motion filed Wednesday sets forth a reasonable basis for a belief that juror number one, the foreperson engaged in presumptively judicial misconduct during the course of the trial by deliberately disregarding the court's specific instructions, not to discuss the case with anyone during the trial, not to consider any evidence or information outside of what was presented during the trial, and not to form or express any opinion about the case prior to deliberations. Now, as far as I know, there's no proof on any of that. And they are making all these deductions and all these assumptions, these speculations, right? Defenses, based on the activities of juror one's wife, whom he lives with, right? Who he can't avoid during this trial. So they're trying to claim that this is where it comes from, this is where it stems from, and they're basing that on a lot of nonsense. But I'll keep reading, y'all. The motion said that the evidence discovered by the defense after the trial revealed potentially harmful and therefore presumptively prejudicial juror misconduct arising out of improper communication and contact between juror number one and his wife, who resided in the same household during the course of the 9-week trial. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. And this is kind of why Criminal Med is like, calm down. It's going to be okay. Okay, it's going to be okay. Okay. During the trial, the hospital was found liable for the following civil claims: false imprisonment of Maya Kowalski, battery of Maya Kowalski, fraudulent billing of Jack Kowalski, inflicting emotional distress on Beta Kowalski, wrongful death claim for the estate of Beta Kowalski, intentionally inflicting emotional distress on Maya Kowalski. In the request for a new trial, Johns Hopkins lawyers said that the evidence warrants a juror interview and a new trial for the added reason that juror number one's wife's involvement on social media during the course of the trial, her undisguised bias in favor of plaintiffs, and her alignment with social media influencer closely linked to plaintiffs known as Jules, as the spouse of the jury foreman, undeniable compromises the integrity of the judicial system. The civil trial involved allegations regarding Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital in Pinellas County and the Kowalski family, Jack Kowalski, for himself and on behalf of his children, including Maya and his late wife, Beta, sued the hospital. According to court documents, 2015, a doctor diagnosed Maya with complex regional pain syndrome and gave her ketamine infusion treatments. The court records the court records say in 2016, Maya was taken to all children's where it says Beta explained Maya's condition and that the family relayed what they said were appropriate dosages of pain medications. Court documents said that the hospital reported Beta to the DCF child abuse hotline and later said that the hospital notified the family that they would not be allowed to leave with Maya. Nearly 100-page document stated that Beta suffered multiple discernible physical injuries up to and including her self-unaliving, each caused by psychological trauma inflicted by the defendant's abhorrent actions. Maya's story was turned into a Netflix documentary called Take Care of Maya. It debuted on June 19th, 2023. Okay, so that's article, y'all. So essentially what their defense is claiming is they're claiming, right, that because juror number one did such an amazing job at being a juror. Literally, juror number one is what you hope every juror sitting in a jury box does. You hope and pray for proper justice sake that you have jurors that sit there, listen to everything, take it in, and ask questions. Really try to root out the truth. That's what this juror did. Now, this juror did that, and in doing so, he came to the conclusion that Johns Hopkins, all prisoners hospital, was at fault every which way. Now, they're trying to claim because his wife, who on her own was watching social media, was watching the news, was watching the trial on her own, was coming to the same conclusion as her husband, juror number one. And because they both came to the same conclusion, that means that they had to have been talking about the trial together, right? No. That's not what that means at all. We watched the same damn trial. We watched all the same damn content. We didn't speak to juror number one ourselves, and we came to the same conclusion as juror number one on our own, right? So how is juror number one wife doing the exact same thing that we did? How is that any proof that she spoke to juror number one during the trial? What this is, especially after criminal may calm me down, I was really looking at it rationally. What this is literally Johns Hopkins, all prisoners hospital. What it is them not being able to take defeat, them not wanting to admit that they did wrong, and them wanting to continue this campaign against Maya and the whole Kowalski family to cover their ass. And it's too late. And they have not come to the conclusion that it's too late. Y'all already look like a bunch of giant douchebags, all right? So now you guys want to go after the one juror that you wanted to kick off originally, couldn't get that to happen. So now you want to go after that person because you all lost. Dude, you lost because you guys are wrong. Your organization you represent are wrong. It is all wrong. You guys are wrong. Admit it and start campaigning on this. We're fixing everything. Yeah, there were things wrong in the past, but now we're fixing everything. Campaign on that. Turn around and build some confidence in the society again. Like build your name back up the proper way. Don't do it by going after this little girl and her family constantly. It's not a good look. It's not the way to do it. I want to know who their public, who the people are that, are supposed to help them with their image because they're failing. Fire those people. Whoever's in charge of helping with their public relations, fire the shit out of that person because you ain't doing it right. Let's see. Criminal Med says, this is going to bash that brand again big time. Yes, it is. It is. I 100% agree it is. Criminal Med said they actually slept together in the same bed. Horrible, right? They're married. I can't believe that they slept in the same bed while he was being a juror. That is going to affect the outcome so horribly. So dumb, man. So dumb. Stony Stone, what's up, brother? Happy Thanksgiving to you, Stony. Thank you for dropping in, brother. Criminal Med said, you really have to read the DPS reports to understand how deep Hunter sucks down. He wanted to take Maya out of state so Jack couldn't get to her. No, that dude, the more I'm learning about Hunter, more I'm learning about that guy, that dude is a freaking piece of garbage. That dude's a slime ball. 100% an absolute piece of garbage slime ball. 100%. It's like night and day, right? You have Attorney Anderson, and then you got Hunter, right? Night and day difference. You got one dude is almost like a knight in shining armor, right? Like awesome attorney, compassionate. And if you guys understood the backstory on Attorney Anderson, dude, he changed his whole life, the way him and his family were living. They downgraded everything so that he could put the time into this trial. So you have opposites in those two. Hunter, absolute slime bag, piece of garbage. And then you got Mr. Anderson, knight shining armor, awesome dude. Like everything that you would hope for in an attorney. What's crazy is he's a defense attorney. Anderson's a defense attorney. He's not even usually a plaintiff's attorney. And literally, him and his wife and his kids all agreements together, changed their lives, downgraded their lives, and sacrificed so that Attorney Anderson could fight this fight for Maya. Like, dude, amazing man, amazing man. And then to turn around and find out like how big of a slime ball Hunter is, oh, dude, it just grimy piece of garbage. Criminal Man said they will take the whole brand down. I believe so. This fight is what they're going to do. Is they're going to destroy this whole brand fighting this fight instead of like turning around and doing what everybody in society now wants accountability, right? Everybody wants accountability. When some big ass organization we believe in screws up, we want accountability. We want to know that you're sorry and that you're going to change it. What they're doing with Maya, there is no sorry in it. There is no we're changing anything. It's straight up deny. No accountability whatsoever. And it is absolutely going to bring that brand down. It's already created a space for anybody that has financial backing and wants to come in and create an organization to fill that gap, an organization that is everything that Johns Hopkins was supposed to be. There is an opening for that right now. And all it's going to take is the right people with the right money to come in and fill that gap. And Johns Hopkins will no longer exist. They will be gone. And we're at that point. It's that detrimental. They're messing up massively. Forever Army says, yeah, I don't really see this going anywhere either. I really hope it doesn't. But it definitely just shows us the level of deceit that Johns Hopkins is willing to move forward with. Hunter is still their main lawyer. I don't think that dude goes anywhere. I think he's like got a blood pact with him. Sam's Rock. So is that a rule that family members of jury members can't go on social media? They are not the juror. So they are basically saying every family member of any juror anywhere cannot go on social media. That's what the defense, if you listen to the defense, that's basically what they're trying to apply. The simple fact that she was active on social media and following the case, that means that he was doing the same thing. And there's no proof of that. There's no proof of it. It's just accusations at this point because defense can't wrap their mind around two people coming to the same conclusion, looking at the trial separately from each other and still coming up with the same conclusion. If anything, the fact that juror number one came to the conclusion he came to, and separately, the wife watching all the same stuff going on came to that same conclusion separately, that should be a glaring red flag to defense that you guys are not going to win. Everybody thinks that you're wrong. Everybody knows that you're wrong at this point. Shapiro is missing in action. Ooh. You know what? Honestly, Criminal Man, there were times during the trial where I don't feel like Shapiro liked what he was doing. There were times when I felt like Shapiro was like, he was saying things were coming out of his mouth, but I could tell he didn't believe what he was saying. He couldn't even lie that well to like push it across. And that was one of my hangups too with defense was like Shapiro. When he would say certain things, I was like, dude, you don't even believe that. You don't even believe what you're saying right now. At least that's what I was getting from him. So that doesn't surprise me. He's missing in action now. Criminal Man said, Whitney only graduated in 2015. How good will he be, hey? Man, I guess you can't really judge a book by its cover or its overall time, practicing, I guess, because some people can be practicing forever and suck absolute ass. And then some people could be practicing for a short amount of time. And if those people have the right the right thing on the inside, and they're fighting for the right thing, I believe that, they can come in and do a way better job than people that have been doing it a lot longer. I think it comes down to that passion, man. It really comes down to that passion. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Sam says John Hopkins' egos will be their downfall. Yep. Those egos were their downfall. Those egos at Johns Hopkins is what created this whole damn mess in the very beginning. It was those nurses and those initial doctors not liking being told by Beta how to do their jobs. That was what initially started all this. It was those damn egos for sure. Hey, there he is. Uncle Dave. What's up, Mr. Dave Coleman? Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. Thank you for dropping in, brother. Criminal Man said, the sad part is that they aren't fixing things. This is where Shopkins is putting it. Yeah, instead of putting the money into making things better, going on that full campaign of we're changing, we acknowledge the things that have been wrong in the past, we are changing everything moving forward, we have implemented new programs, new oversight, like just all these things. They could be putting on this amazing campaign to bring back confidence in Johns Hopkins, aka John Shopkins All Prisoners Hospital. They could literally be putting on a massive campaign to make everything better and just bring confidence back across the board. And no, we're gonna just keep on keeping on with this, running this poor girl into the ground and her family, and throwing money at these lawyers to keep lying for us. And yeah, it is doing nothing for them. Absolutely nothing for them. Yep. The only thing it is doing is just adding fuel to our fire up here, going in on them. Let me see. I got some messages over here. Let's see if we got any updates from anybody. Make sure I'm catching everybody's stuff. All right. Looks like I'm caught up, I think. And then for my individual in the bushes that just sent me a message, much love. I'll let mom know you said happy Thanksgiving. All right, guys. So there was one other thing. We've only been up here for like an hour and 17 minutes. I got a little bit more time to spare. I got a little bit more time, and there was one other topic we wanted to get into. Let me see if it got sent to me real quick. Let me check this email. Let's see. All right, not in the email. Let me see if I can find this video real quick for y'all. It's just an update. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. I know I usually have everything pulled up, but this one right here, we're gonna add to the lineup. We got to cover it because somebody brought it up. So when somebody bring it up, I got to cover it for sure. Yo, dude, what's up? Big screen, baby, big screen. All right, let's see. One second, y'all. Okay, let's see. All right, it doesn't have it on that. I know there's updates up for this. Y'all just asked about them. I think there's updates. I know I saw updates. Where are they at? All right, we'll go with this one. This is I think this will work for us. This is Court TV. Court TV. All right. Pause that. Oh, come on, commercials. 1 second, guys. Let me get this commercial played through, and then I'll get it pulled up for you guys. I don't like commercials. Can't help it. And this was 1 day ago. So, yeah, this was yesterday's. Come on, stupid commercial. I ain't trying to go to your casino. Okay, there's that. That's that. All right, let me pull this up. All right, there we go. Let's. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into this. Wait up real quick. Let me see. Criminalist said they should have gone bigger, and I bet the jury has some thoughts on that now. Yeah, I believe in my trial. I believe the jury probably does wish they would have went bigger now. Yeah, I wish they would have broke the caps. Honestly, I wish they would have busted the caps at this point. Now that we know we got a sweeping verdict on the Maya trial, I wish they definitely would have went bigger. All right, guys. So here's some more. Here's the updates on Dorman. Right. And if there's more than just this article, I think this article covers all the updates. But if there's more, if you all have an article that's got more updates than this one, dude, shoot it to me and we'll pull it up and get into it. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Give me some ones in chat. Let me know if you guys can hear this once I get it rolling.
Generally speaking.
He was every day. There wasn't a day he didn't yell at his wife and kids out there.
What would he yell?
All kinds of shit. He was just angry. He knew what he was doing. He planned it. It was premeditated.
Mary C, thank you. Seeing the ones, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
He shouldn't have a bond. He should never see daylight again, ever in his life. And I think they should execute him the same way he did his sons.
Yo, I agree with that neighbor right there, y'all. Man, I agree with that neighbor. I'll tell you what, man. I agree with everything that gentleman just said. Mary C had to switch devices. Did your kid take your device there? All right, thank you guys for the ones. Seen the one, y'all. Let's keep rolling.
The way he needs to go out.
And he is facing the death penalty. That was Chad Doberman's former neighbor. Doberman is charged with one of the most horrendous crimes that we've really covered here at Court TV. The alleged planned execution-style murder of his 3 sons, ages 3, 4, and 7 years old. Let's take a look at some of the body cam footage from when Doberman was arrested by police. It may be hard to fathom because he's so calm.
Bro, like, look, I know as a content creator, I'm supposed to be professional on some level. Yeah, I'm not supposed to promote violence whatsoever, and I don't believe in it. But this man right here, not a man, my apologies. This piece of garbage right here, biblical retribution. I better leave it alone. Let's just keep listening because, man, the stuff I got to say about this Dorman piece of, there's that sometimes in this system, I get how our system's supposed to work, rights and all that stuff. But there are certain things that I feel like immediate life deletion. And this is one of them. Absolutely immediate life deletion. I don't give a about trial. I don't give a about any of that. This right here is immediate deletion. You are gone. Done. Absolutely done. There is no trial. There is none of this stuff. Done. Gone. Deleted. Period. The end. It's my opinion. That opinion might upset some people, but absolutely, this stuff is insane. The phone now is much louder. I'm always doing things around the house, so I like to have you turned up while I do my chores. Thank you, Miss Mary /Sam. I appreciate that. Criminal Med said, totally agree. Those kids were terrified. Yeah, biblical retribution, that's all I got to say, man. I would really love to describe the way that I would go about it, but that's probably not like the best thing to be talking about on YouTube. So, but just biblical retribution, 100%. I believe the mama should get to do it. But if she can't, I'll sign up for it. Anyways, let's keep listening, y'all. Let's keep listening.
But the video that we are about to show you is from just moments after the alleged murder.
And trigger warning for anybody that hasn't seen any of this footage. Trigger warning. It's like that, man. It'll get you. It'll get you. Oh, good to see you, man. Miss Love, aka Nene. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning.
Murder spree.
What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. You got anything on you? No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. All right. He won't bite you. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna get you here.
I ain't running away. You can do whatever you want.
Man, I'll tell you what, y'all. If I was a law enforcement officer, I'd have lost my job. I would have lost my job. And this is why I'm not in law enforcement, right? This is why I'm not in law enforcement, is I would have lost my job that day. I might have lost my freedom that day, to be honest with y'all. I might have lost my freedom that day as a man, as a father of 4 beautiful children. If I was a law enforcement officer responding to that scene right there, I don't give a shit how peaceful he is surrendering. I would have lost my job and my freedom that day. Unless one of my partners would have restrained me properly. I'm just being honest with y'all. I don't know how these law enforcement officers rolled up to that scene, seen what they saw. Yeah, you know what I mean? And didn't act out crazy. Good thing they didn't, obviously. Good thing they didn't. Good thing that they were professional about what they did. But I don't know how they did it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they held their composure. Still to this day, obviously, this isn't the first time I've seen this. This ain't the first time y'all ain't seen this either. But still to this day, when I watch this video, yeah, I don't know how they did it, man. I don't know how they did it. Mary C says he's acting like what he did was no big deal, and that's part of what infuriates me. It's not just you rolling up to a scene and seeing them babies on the ground like that. This dude is just unalived his own children and just did it so carelessly, so just nonchalantly, and is speaking in this way. Man. Let's see. Tumbling, finally snowing, but getting snow up there, huh? Damn, everybody up there probably happy the slope's gonna have snow on them. You guys' ski and snowboard season about to get popping. Mary C, I agree, TPP. This is a tough one to watch. I can't imagine being one of those cops on scene. Sickening. I agree, Mary. I agree. Like I said, y'all, there's certain things I don't know, man. I don't know. This is one of them certain situations where I don't know how they handled themselves the way that they handled themselves, because I don't know if I could have. Mama Michelle Bell, good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving at TRPP in chat. Hope you all have a wonderful day and can spend it with those you love. I'm definitely going to be doing that in a little while here. In a little while, I'll be kicking with my family. Unfortunately for me, with the job that I have, I don't get to spend the whole day with my family. I usually got to wrap it up pretty early and then get my butt to bed. Tomorrow's start time, y'all. Tomorrow's start time is 2 a.m. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. start time tomorrow. Yes, peak season is in full effect, y'all. So 2 a.m. start time, I'll do my whole regular shift, and then more than likely I'll be doing hazmat response at the end of the day. So I'm probably looking at like a 10-hour day tomorrow. So whew, throw some prayers up for your boy that I make it through it. Matter of fact, from tomorrow till January, it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. Criminal said, if only someone could have stopped him at some point. Yeah, this criminal med, this whole situation, the whole case, the Dorman case, there were so many red flags, right? There were red flags before this happened, but the red flags weren't necessarily that this level of an event was going to happen this way. But at the same time, I mean, going back and looking at it, hindsight, I mean, we're going to see the red flags. But when you're living in the moment, sometimes you don't see the red flags, or the red flags aren't as I don't know. It's not as apparent as it's not. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. You don't think it's going to end up being as extreme as what this situation was. It's horrible. All right, let's keep rolling.
Dolan was in court today for a motions hearing ahead of his trial, which is set to begin July of next year.
Hell with that shit too, man. That boy should be in all orange. I don't give a all orange, man. I don't care. No rights. Letting this dude come in dressed up. Oh my Lord, man.
It's important to note he is facing the death penalty, which has become a rather complicated issue in Ohio. Scripps News Cincinnati breaks it down for us.
Death penalty cases are different than any other case that you will find in Ohio. Now, it starts normal enough with a jury trial. If you are convicted there, that's where it begins to be unique, because then the jury is asked whether you deserve the death penalty or not.
This, if you guys aren't familiar with this is the same process we just had in the Border Patrol officer or supervisor that unalived his mistress and his baby this year. Same type of deal, right? They had the jury, you have the trial, you get the conviction, and then you go to the second process for the death penalty, right? So this is going to be pretty similar to that one if you guys watch that one.
If they say yes, a judge still has to sign off on it. If he says no, you get life in prison instead. But in today's system, even if you get through all of this, it's not clear whether you'd actually be executed at the end of it.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now, if this man goes through trial, the jury's going to give him the death penalty, in my opinion. I don't see them finding a jury that's not going to give him the death penalty. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If it comes down to the judge and the judge does not give this man execution, you could bet your sweet ass that judge ain't going to be a judge for much longer. Dude, the whole entire state of Ohio is going to be up in you're going to see some protests. I could think of a couple YouTubers that'll probably be out there protesting if this man does not get the death penalty, does not get executed. That's for damn sure. Mr. Blake, good to see you, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you for being here. Oh, snap. There she is. Moto Mom. Good to see you, Moto Mom. Thank you for being here. We're doing a little Thanksgiving morning special, little news recap, since I didn't get to go live yesterday because computer issues. But yeah, we're doing a little recap. Thank you for dropping in. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm at with this. If we make it through this whole process and that judge don't give this man an execution, if it comes down to the judge and the judge doesn't do it, that judge is not going to be sitting as a judge very, very long. I got a strong feeling. And there are going to be massive protests. I would believe that there would be massive protests. This, like I said, y'all, he shouldn't have been breathing past the day that he did this.
Chad Dorman faces the death penalty for executing his 3 boys. 7-year-old Clayton.
Listen to that word. Executing his 3 boys. He executed those babies. He executed those babies in front of their mom and their sister. How in the hell do we live in a society and have a system where we, for a fact, know he did this, but yet he's still breathing, and yet not only is he still breathing, he has the potential to go through an entire trial and not be executed himself? What kind of fucking world do we live in at this point? That's my question. That is my question. And I hope and pray to God that we see this individual executed. And I hope and pray to God we don't get to the end of this trial and have to do massive protests. I'm worried about that, man. I am, because we live in the upside down. So nothing that should happen happens anymore. And the things that should happen happen ad nauseum. So I'm praying that this goes the way it should be going. Let's see. Motor Mom, I'm just up cooking. I bet you cooking that good food too, man. I can't wait to get some food, y'all. I'm staying fasted right now because I know I'm gonna eat way too many carbs and calories a day. I worked out hard yesterday too. I was preparing for it. Me and my middle daughter, we're both fasted right now. We're both like prepared for it. Criminal Med, we have this saying, he did it on several cameras. Why waste the bucks? And that's where I am too. Like, okay, morality. On the morality side of it, right? I know as a Christian, I'm supposed to forgive. That's cool and all. That's cool. You didn't do it to me, so I don't really there's not much I can forgive you for, but eye for an eye. Well, eye for an eye. That's where I'm at with it. That being said, though, if you want to look at it money-wise, massive waste of money, resources, all of the above for this man to still be alive and having a trial when we know that this monster executed them 3 babies. You know what I mean? Pat Gaines, get a rope. I'm a Texan. That's what I'm talking about, Pat Gaines. That's what I'm talking about. There are certain things in this life. There's certain things that you do, and we know you did them 100% for a fact. We know that you did them. You're done. And this should be one of them. You execute your babies, no trials, no going to jail, none of that. We just take you straight from the scene and we string your ass up. My opinion. And then criminal med right there. And right? DP trials are millions spent. So this isn't just a criminal going to trial, wasting our taxpayer money and our resources. This is a monster that murdered his 3 babies and is going to have a death penalty trial, which is going to cost us insane amount of money. Everybody in Ohio should be pissed off at this moment. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm fired up. Sorry, guys. I knew this one was going to get me fired up. I knew it. Yeah. Right? There's Pat Gaines. That's what stopped a lot of crazies back in the days work too. I agree. And that's why, I know a lot of people have their opinions on having an armed society, right? But let me tell you, back when our society, when more places in America were armed, it seemed like when you have an armed society, you have a much more polite, courteous society where less people are willing to step out of lines and do some stupid, immoral crap like this. Because why? Because in a armed society, nobody wants those repercussions. Nobody wants to step over those bounds and find out what happens in a society full of responsibly armed people. No, they don't put up with this. They don't. Oh man, guys, this conversation I could get deep into.
4-year-old Hunter and 3-year-old Chase.
You ripped the child from the mother's arms. Put a bullet in his head.
If convicted and sentenced,
y'all heard that, man. That statement right there. He ripped that baby out of the mother's hands to put a bullet in that baby's head. And this motherfucker's still breathing. And we're going to go through an entire trial so this dude can have his rights. We know damn well what he did. Yo, man, some stuff got to change, y'all. Some stuff got to change. Stoney. But in the U.S., he has his day in court, but he also has a day with destiny. Yep, unfortunately, man, I get it. He does. He gets his day in court. And what I'm trying to say right now with my rant is that there's some situations where you lose your rights to that day. And this should be one of them, in my opinion. Lunch Lady, good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping in. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Hope you're having an awesome one. Pat Gaines says, if we ever get invaded, feel sorry for the invaders. That's America, right? Ever thought like we invaded? What are we doing with all the actual seriously nasty people we got locked up in our prisons? So something to think about, right? Stoney says it's sick. It's sad shame on this piece of. I agree with Stoney. I agree. It's just, man, I get the rules and the regulations and all that. I get that. I get he has to have his day in court, but man, I just feel like that's something our society's gotten wrong at this point. It's like if you know that somebody for 100% fact, we know for a fact that you have done certain things. There's just, why do you get a chance at life after that? It's like we know 100% fact that it is what it is. Like you did this. Like why do you get a chance for freedom? It doesn't make sense to me. Make that make sense, and I hate that saying. All right. And then on that poll that I posted earlier for the Maya stuff, 10 votes, should there be another trial? 30% of you actually said yes, and then 70% of you said no. That's interesting. I thought everybody would be like, hell no. But yeah, interesting. Criminal Med said, the public should have the right to speedy justice if proven guilty, in my opinion. Oh, I like that. I like that, right? I like that a lot. If you are factually known to be an individual in society that is a danger to society should have the right for speedy justice, in my opinion. I like that because then we get to know as a society, as a community, for a fact that an individual that is a danger to us all has been dealt with properly in a speedy manner, so that we are all safe. We know that we're safe from this individual, and it doesn't cost us a bunch of money. I like that. There are things, man, I understand how our legal system works, but there's some things in it I don't agree with. I just don't agree with. And getting your day in court when we know factually that you did something like this, I'm just not with it. Stoney, to be able to legally try and convict him, they have to give him his day in court. That's the law. That's the rules. It sucks. I don't know. Stoney, you're preaching to the choir, bro. Like, that's all I do is, like, when I'm not up here with y'all, I'm, like, watching trials and watching. I understand that completely. What I'm saying is that shit is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Let me see. Okay, I got a point to make, Criminal Med. If you and your husband getting on argument, 12 of us saying we're not gonna stand for it is okay. That is like a bad. That's a bad way to compare it. That is like complete opposite. Like when we know you pull the trigger on your babies, that's a completely different scenario than two people getting in an argument. That is completely a horrible way to compare the two. That is like a bad comparison. Yeah, that's a horrible comparison, actually. Like two people arguing is one thing. That's fine, whatever. Like court, awesome. But when you factually know somebody murdered somebody else, especially babies, like you still get your day in court, that makes no fucking sense. Apologize, but we know that you're guilty, but yet you get to try to defend yourself in court when you've admitted to being guilty. So in this specific case right here is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in general the whole thing, right? Like this specific case or cases like this where we know absolute fact, you should no longer, like, day in court, what, to sit and lie for us to pay for you to lie and your attorneys to lie to us when we know that you did it? It makes literally no sense at all. That monster, that unalived little Athena Strand, is in jail and state wants DP for him. That FedEx driver did. Yeah, and he should get it. He should get it. Like, we know he did it. We know he did it. We've freaking got camera footage, right? We got evidence. We know he did it. Done. Gone. Bye. Waste of oxygen. Waste of freaking resources. Gone. Done. Let's see. Stoney says, no, that's not how many people would go that route, TPP. Look where we live and the people we're around. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, Stoney. I'm not arguing the law. Like, I get what the law is. What I'm saying is I don't agree with the fact that you get a day in court when we factually 100% without a doubt know that you committed crimes like unaliving babies, touching babies in any way, unaliving somebody. That's when I feel like our justice system has it wrong, is like when we absolutely know for a fact, there's absolute actual fucking facts that you did it, you don't get to breathe anymore. I'm not defending. Stoney says, I'm not defending the scumbag. I'm just making a point. If it's good for one, it's good draw, and that's what government says. I think what we're, I don't know if I'm like getting my point across properly, I guess. Criminal says 50 years marriage. We don't. I agree. Mary C, I agree. Stopping and say hi. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Kathy Blakes, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Yeah, so basically, essentially what I'm saying is we have this case with like Dorman, right? So one, we know he did it. There's no ifs, ands, buts, possibilities that somebody else did it. We know for a fact he did it, and he's admitted to doing it. Therefore, what I'm saying is in situations like this, it needs to be different rules, laws, regulations, whatever the hell, because at that point, we factually have evidence that you did it and you admitted to it, and it's something as heinous as executing 3 little babies. We need reform on that. Because at this point, we live in a society where that's not instant deletion. There's something wrong with that. I mean, absolutely something wrong with that. So, like, those 3 little boys are outside playing. Neighbor's pit bull runs up, unalives one of those babies. That pit bull does. 1, that pit bull's dead. 2, the owner of the pit bull is about to do jail time, right? But yet the individual who we know unalived the little boys has admitted to it and shot his old lady. That dude actually gets to have a trial when we know that he factually did it. So what I'm saying is, okay, we have a scenario where there's a possibility we don't know who did it. You get your day in court, you get the whole trial, great. We don't know. There's no factual way. You have to have the trial. But what I'm saying is that when we know for 100% fact you did it, there are no ways to defend it. Why do you get a full trial? It makes no sense. Because back in the day, what happened when we know factually that you did it, your ass got strung up and as done. And that stopped a lot of stuff from happening in our society. You got to stop and think, why has there been such an escalation over the years, the last 100 years, in crimes and all this stuff? It's because our society has gone to shit. And why? Because we deal with things in a way too soft of a way. Pat Gaines says, TPP, I've heard so many guys say same as you. Real men hate this harming kid stuff. And that's what I'm saying is I'm not going to, okay, like I said, I'll reiterate this. I completely, more than most people up on here on YouTube, understand the way the law works. I get that. That's not what I'm ranting about. I'm not ranting about that. All that I'm ranting about is that I don't agree with the way our law works and the aspect that if you are factually known to have done something, you should not get a chance to defend yourself. So we're going to pay for attorneys to sit up there and defend a man that we know killed 3 babies and admitted to it. So we're going to pay them to sit up there and defend this person, give them a full trial, waste all this resources and money when we know damn well this individual did it. I feel like that is... that's not actual real justice at all. Sam says, I get what you're saying. It sucks, and it's unfortunate. So I just want to make sure that what I'm saying isn't coming across like I don't understand the law. I completely understand the law and the way this all works. I think enough of you know that, right? By following my content and the trials that I cover, I know what it's supposed to be. I just don't agree that that's right. Let's see. Let's see. Criminal Med says we can have a fast track incentive for people like this. You say you are guilty, there is no defense. That's what I'm talking about. Reform, because I think we can all in general agree that there are quite a few things that are screwed up in our legal system, right? This being one of them, massive reform on this. They do need to have ability to fast track an individual when we, for 100% fact, know that they did it and they've admitted to it. There needs to be some type of fast track to that. All right, let me keep rolling, y'all. I'll sit up here and rant forever. This Dorman stuff got me pissed off.
Dorman would go to death row. In March, Attorney General Dave Yost called the system broken as no inmate.
Let's see. But here's the thing, Stoney. Here's the thing. Okay, so that POS Watts had his day in court, and look, he deserved just as much as this guy, but that's the world we live in. Look, it's completely different, Stoney. Watts is completely different. Watts had his day in court because we did not have eyewitness proof he did it, right? We have eyewitness proof that Dorman put bullets in his babies, put a bullet in his wife, and admitted to it. So it's completely different, Stoney. Chris Watts and Dorman are completely different scenarios. Both deserve bullets and not to breathe, but completely different scenarios. That's what I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make here is, yes, if we don't know factually, you get your day in court. So we didn't know factually 100% that Watts did it. We all assume, most of us agree that he did it, believe he did it, but it's not the same scenario. Yeah, man, it just isn't. Dorman absolutely eyewitness, his baby mama and his stepdaughter, eyewitnesses that he put bullets in those babies and he admitted to it. So at that point is what I'm talking about. These scenarios, there needs to be a fast track option to rid this planet of these freaking mouth breathers. Strain says, all his attorneys have to say is he done it under distress. That's out the window. He did it out of distress. So insanity plea. Don't even want to get into the insanity plea with me, man. I don't even know about that shit. Yeah, insanity pleas. So here's the question then. Here's the question. If you're actually insane enough to put 3 bullets in your children's head, do we believe that you should be roaming society? 200 years ago, this dude did this. Are we even giving 2 shits about insanity? Or are we stringing them up literally that day? We're stringing them up literally that day. Or the family's going to get to him before law enforcement can get to him. I don't know. I got a feeling, I'm starting to think that sometimes some people just like to get in argumentative mood. Some people just be in some mood sometimes. So that's what I'm saying is I'm defining it right now. That's what I'm complaining about, is that we should have a fast track option for justice in our legal system where when we know for a fact, there's no guessing, no nothing about it. We know that you did it. You've admitted to it. Fast track to your absolute demise is what I'm saying. So just so we're all clear on it.
Had been executed since 2018.
I mean, it's still in full effect, and it's still the law in Ohio.
Mark Crumbine has defended capital murder cases for decades and acknowledges the current system has significant issues. Lethal injection, drug shortages, and political opposition has slowed the process.
There could be another governor in the near future that might say, hey, let's speed it up. New drugs that cause people to die that are more accessible. Some of the problems could end.
Both Governor Mike DeWine and Yost called on the legislature to act.
Is there any legislative fix in your eyes?
Well, there probably are some legislative fix. They could, but there again, there's a lot of division. The root of it is there's so many people that are strongly against it and so many people that are strongly for it.
When asked about the delay of executions in Ohio, Toccovi promised to forge ahead.
Let the facts speak for themselves. He slaughtered his 3 children in the most brutal fashion you could imagine.
Now I've reached out.
So let me ask this question. So we 100% for a fact know he killed his babies. He's admitted to killing his babies. So how many of you feel that he should be able to get a chance at life because this might have been insanity. Are you guys going to literally believe that? Does that sway your opinion on any which way on this dude needing to be alive still? Man, I don't know.
Both the AG's and the governor's office to see if they have a comment. Yost was not available. DeWine's office did not respond. Sean Delancey, WCPO 9 News.
Let me see. I do believe some people are just wrongfully tried and convicted after admitting to the crime. Stoney, you just want to argue with me today, bro. That's what it is. You just want to argue with me because I get what you're saying. I'm saying specifically when we know a person has done this, there's literally no question about it, which there is no question about it in the Norman case. Like, I don't give a shit if the dude insanity or not. That dude does not deserve to be walking the planet anymore. Let's see. Pat, Texas has an express lane. Texas didn't even execute that stupid Border Patrol agent this year. Like, I don't know about Texas. That let me down on Texas this year. Yeah, that dude should have got the death penalty and like executed. I don't know how many of you guys watched that or not. Maybe that's another trial where I'm like, damn, we all but like if you watch that trial, the evidence all but puts an eyewitness there. That's like literally the only thing that wasn't in that trial, an eyewitness. Everything else was there. DNA, like everything, digital footprint, everything. And that dude didn't get executed. If Dorman don't get executed, I don't know. I'm losing my faith in humanity. Communist, bro. So I'm a communist because I want people to be executed that factually did the crime. That makes me a communist. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that's not what communist is defined by, but I guess if you want to call me a communist, I guess. I found myself to be biblical in my my handling of justice. That's what I would like a little bit more. So I don't know how communist that is, but once again, like I said, I'm saying in specific situations where we factually know a person did it, where there's no guessing in it. But yeah, so I guess I'm communist. So.
And as we look ahead, Chad Doerman's capital murder trial is set to begin on July 8th of next year. All right, let's bring back in the tank. Al1 to the third. Darrell Crosland and Darnell Crosland, and Jennifer Brandt are still with us. And Darnell, I'll start with you. Not all guilty pleas, not guilty pleas are alike. He pled not guilty in this case, but got a confession. And the story is pretty much he planned this thing. He executed them. The wife.
There we go to, right? Here we go to is I'm talking about a situation where we literally know for a fact who pulled the trigger. We got witnesses, and then we have he admitted to it, and he had planned it for months. So this guy gets court, he gets a trial, where he possibly gets the chance to be found innocent and not executed. Insane to me. Insane.
Tried to stop him. And so if you want to say you were somewhere else and she tried to stop him, he got rid of her, not killed her, but got her out of the way, continued the killing. Why a not guilty plea in this case? What's the thinking here?
Yeah, so not guilty pleas pro forma. So you're always going to plead not guilty because you can't work it all out in the first moment. So you plead pro forma not guilty, and then your lawyers could either do a change of plea to guilty by reason of mental insanity if that bears out, or whatever other reasons come out. Also, it gives you a chance.
How about this, y'all? This is where I'm at. With it. How about this? Even if they find him insane, I still don't think he should be breathing. Be mad at me for that opinion if you want. goes through trial, they find it's insanity, I still don't think you should be breathing, because what's going to stop him from unaliving more individuals? And those babies no longer have a future. They no longer get to breathe. So I don't believe he should either. That's my opinion. Show me something in his life outside of his alcoholism that pushed him to do this. There is nothing.
Chance to look at the discovery and not have a sentencing. Once you plead guilty, you're staring down the barrel of a sentencing. But you plead not guilty, you can work things out. You can see if you can get it down to manslaughter. You can negotiate the pleas. A lot of things there.
Do you guys see what I'm saying right here? You hear the vocabulary they're talking about. Do you hear the vocabulary that they're talking about? Literally, this man has the right now, right? His rights to due process and the whole nine. Even though we know he put bullets in his babies, put a bullet in his old lady after he ripped one of the babies out of her hand to put a bullet in him, right? We know this for a fact that he admitted to it, that he had planned it for months. But now this individual gets to sit in the court and go through the process and potentially use litigation to free himself from the death penalty or from, like, what? Are you serious? And once again, I understand. This is the way our system works, but I don't agree with it. It's absolutely insane.
But in terms of the jury here, most places have to have what they call a death penalty certified jury, which means if the juries can't come back with a death verdict, they can't be on the veneer person cannot be on the jury. So if they're death certified, then it goes to the second step, and the judge has to find that it's in best, it's in the court's best interest to certify or to grant the death. So there's different layers to it.
All right. So speaking of that jury, Jennifer Brandt, cases like this, you get tons of paperwork, tons of motions. There's a bunch here that involve, or the ones they were listening to today or entertaining today, involve the jury. One of them, they want the jury pool, this is the defense now, Jennifer, to include convicted felons who have served their sentences.
Stoney says, I'm 100% on your team, TPP, but I'm telling you a real, Stoney, like, I know you keep telling me that stuff, like, I don't know it. I'm telling you, sir, I get what you're saying. But that your whole comment literally is why I'm saying what I'm saying. The comment I have highlighted right now is literally why I'm saying what I am saying. Like, you try to give me education on the legal thing. I get that. I have that education. But what you just said at the end, they have their date in court, and he probably will get insanity plea. Sad but true story, but true. Sorry. And that's why I'm making the comments that I'm making, that I believe that part of our judicial system is absolute ass. And that if we 100% know that you did something for a 100% fact, there's no questioning it, and you've admitted to it, do not pass go, do not collect any more oxygen. You're done. That's what I'm saying. Because I understand exactly that there's a very good chance this piece of dog shit is going to get away with this on some level. And that's what I'm upset about. And that's where I'm saying our system is absolutely screwed. Is that if you can literally plan to unalive your 3 little babies, shoot your baby mama, and then turn around and have a trial where you can get to use legal maneuvering to claim insanity, dude, I don't like that. That needs to change. That absolutely needs to change. In our day, in our society, like, there should be enough logic and reason for people to look at that and be like, this is absolutely wrong. It needs to change. Murderers, scumbag murderers, soulless individuals like that in my opinion, they don't deserve what the rest of us deserve. Yeah, I get it too, Julie Dog. Once again, I know exactly what y'all are saying. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. I don't know if that's hard for people to get. I understand it. I think people that have been here watching me cover trials long enough know that I understand how it works. I just don't like it. What else you guys saying? Oh snap! What's up, my homie? What is up? The epoxy queen herself, Wyndon Wim. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, let's keep rolling.
It's a new one on me. Maybe they think they can curry some favor there. I don't know. But what are your thoughts?
I think that's exactly right. I think that they might be someone like that might be more sympathetic to him. I don't think anyone can understand this crime and understand what happened, but maybe they would, have some sympathy. Maybe somebody he could possibly relate to. We don't know what his story is going to be. He did plead not guilty, so there's some kind of defense that he's going to put up, and we don't know what that might be, but I guess he's looking for people that will be more sympathetic, because most people would not in this situation be very sympathetic for him.
Going to be hard.
Give me some ones in chat if you'll be happy at the end of this if he's able to use his insanity plea and have his day in court. Give me some ones in chat if that's going to make y'all happy to see him have his day in court and not be found guilty, or at least not get the execution. Just throw some ones in chat if that's going to make your day. If you guys are going to be happy about that, I want to see who's actually happy about this piece of shit getting his day in court and possibly not getting executed from what we're hearing because of the state that he's in and how screwed up our legal system is when it comes to dealing with individuals that we know for 100% fact have taken a baby's life, 3 babies' lives. Like that make anybody happy here? I ain't really seen ones in chat, so I'm gonna assume that y'all wouldn't be pleased with that outcome.
I'm pressed to find someone to be sympathetic to him. Al, what's interesting is there's been this trend in the defense bar to really start taking control of language in court. One of the motions in this case says they want to prohibit the court or anyone involved in the case from using the phrase guilty phase or guilt phase.
Dude, they did the same crap in the Maya case. They did the same crap in Maya's trial where they couldn't use certain words. Like certain words couldn't be used. It's insane.
We hear that all the time in these types of cases. You get the guilt phase, the punishment phase. They feel that's just too suggestive. I think it's an interesting argument.
That is an interesting argument. I mean, it's certainly a better argument than trying to get like Holocaust perpetrators on your jury. I mean, how absurd is that? How do you have somebody on the jury that has been convicted of a crime and that served their sentence? I don't even think they're allowed to be on jury duty, let alone sitting in a jury panel. Okay, so first of all, that's bizarre. But I do agree.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do y'all hear that part too? How does that part make y'all feel? So for everybody that wants him to have his day in court, all this that they're talking about, how does that make y'all feel? Like, it's insane. This is why Sam prefaced, or was it Dakota or Sam? I think it might have been Dakota. One of them asked me if I'd seen it, and they're like, "You're probably upset." Yeah, definitely.
Agree that suggestive terms can be manipulative, and that language is very, very. It can work to your advantage or your disadvantage. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I don't think that that's a terrible thing. But convicted felons that have served their term on my jury, as I said, I mean, why don't we just put Holocaust perpetrators and let's go with dictators that got away with it, and those are the guys that we would want to have on the jury. And then
see what he's saying, man. At least this dude sounds fucking sane. He definitely sounds sane.
There'll never be a guilty conviction.
Darnell, convicted felons, they're people too. Should they not have the right to serve on a jury?
Bro, oh my God, are we literally having this conversation? So we're having a conversation where an individual who unalived 3 little boys that were his babies, executed them, shot his old lady, and now he gets his day in court, and they're talking about convicted criminals being on the jury. Like, what am I listening to right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I'm very much into the whole second chance and criminal justice reform. A lot of states are now giving you automatic exoneration upon your plea. In Connecticut, we hand you a pamphlet right there as you plead. And 5 years from a felony and 3 years from a misdemeanor after your probation is over, you can be restored. And Even in New York, they give you what they call a relief from civil disability. So yes, we can't be hypocrites. If people have served their time, they should be able to come back and matriculate into society. And by the way, it's guilt or innocence phase, and then it's the punishment phase. So they're bifurcated. So so it depends on what state you're in. You shouldn't have a problem. They say guilt or innocence stage is one part, and then punishment is another part. And they tell the juries you should not be concerned about punishment. Only render your verdict here. And the court normally deals with sentencing.
All right, fair enough. And I can tell you, if you let the convicted felons into that jury room, it should make for some interesting deliberations. All right, stand by, guys. Time for a break.
Bro, they let convicted individuals into the jury. My entire faith in anything that is our legal system is out the door. Like, this is, yeah, this Chad Dorman thing, man. I haven't touched on it in a while because, like, when this thing first started popping off and I tried to cover it, dude, it upset me greatly. It upset me greatly. And now to hear this crap, yeah, not happy. Not happy at all. Not happy at all. Yeah, man. I don't know. Let's see. Just change this up. All right, guys. So, yeah, I don't know about this Norman case. I really don't. I probably won't cover it too much until we get closer to the trial. Obviously, if anything big comes out of motions, I'll cover it. But I probably won't cover it too much till the trial because, well, as you can see, as a as a man, as a father, as a Christian, as somebody that walks with morality and love on a daily, this case right here, man, it definitely negatively affects me, definitely, because it's a glaring reminder of all the stuff that is not just wrong in our legal system. It's a glaring reminder of how screwed up our society is. It's weekly we get stories of moms and dads unaliving their babies, unaliving each other. Bro, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But for this specific situation, and I know there's others like it, I mean, we 100% factually know before trial. I mean, we knew within 24 hours this individual pulled those triggers, planned it, and admitted to it, and now gets his day in court to plead insanity and live his life out. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just overly upset about this situation. Maybe it's just me. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It kind of, you know what primed it? What primed this case for me and made it a little bit more upsetting was, I ain't changing the subject just because, we have debate and discussion in here where some of us aren't agreeing, some of us don't see eye to eye. That's fine. We could do that. That's fine. So hopefully nobody's feelings are getting hurt, because I have an opinion and other people have an opposing opinion or whatever. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think going through and watching that Border Patrol agent trial and watching the system fail the victims, in my opinion, that was disheartening. As I watched that whole trial, like, to me, I thought the dude was getting convicted and he was done. And at the end of it, no, it didn't go the way it should have went. So that added with the Dorman stuff, it is, man. I don't know, man. This system's really let me down. Pat Gaines, I'm hoping that one day our laws will stop being so easy on these cases. We'll stop a lot of it. It's getting way out of hand and people are tired of watching them get lighter sentences. I know. And that's the thing is, like, it's like I'm in the political realm, so I understand what causes a lot of this crap. And man, it's hard to talk about trials and the legal process without like dancing around that political stuff. But that political stuff is what makes the rules and the regulations and the laws and the stuff that we operate within. So, man, I'm with you on that comment, Miss Pat. I'm with you on that comment. So, that being said, guys, I completely understand our judicial system and how it works. But what I'm saying is I don't agree with it in some cases. There's some things that need to be changed. And a fast track to justice for individuals that have specifically 100% without a doubt, we know for a fact have committed a crime. I don't give two shits. If you're insane or not. There's just some things that you no longer get to be here with us. Go. But it's just my opinion, and I know some of y'all don't share that opinion. That's fine. But that's more based off, I guess, my beliefs. That's more biblical than anything. So yeah. What's funny too is I got people that claim that they're either Christian or Catholic or Jewish or whatever the case may be, right? And that they're devout. But if you look at their political standings or what they believe, what's right and wrong within politics or the legal system, it doesn't jive with what they claim they are with their faith belief. Which, if you have a faith belief and it doesn't jive across the board with all your other beliefs, you probably don't actually have that faith belief. So, but just something to think about on your own time. Yeah. But anyways, guys, man, that's it. That is all the updates I have for this Thanksgiving early morning special. I appreciate everybody that's hung out for this, that showed up for this. I know it's Thanksgiving. Y'all could be other places, and I know there's a couple other people live streaming right now that probably have a ton of drama to go listen to. So I appreciate you guys being here listening to the true crime stuff. I really do. I really appreciate it. So, and then for everybody that I might have disagreed with, I still love y'all. Just because we disagree don't mean I don't love y'all. So that being said, let me give some shout outs to my people that support me. All right. For the month of November, through PayPal, Venmo, and CashApp, we have the channel supporters. We got Miss Sassy7 with 1, Miss Angela Clay with 2, TLC is me with 2, Miss Backrow Becky with 1, and Criminal Med with 2. My November supers, we got BM Turtle Madness, Moto Mom, ZA, Lori P, Jeannie Ange, Angela K, Pat Gaines, Easy E, April P, Stony Stone, Darzilla, and Ivamos. And for my member donators through the month of November, my members that have just put that love out and are growing the channel, shout out to y'all. So my membership donators for the month of November, we have Moto Mom with 40. We got ZA with 5. We got Easy E with 5. We got April P with 5. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. April P with 5. Stony Stone with 5. And Ivamos with 10. Much love, y'all. I appreciate you guys so freaking much, y'all. So much. Yeah. Let's see. You want change? Get out and vote correctly. It's not that easy, unfortunately. And it ain't that easy, unfortunately. Because when you're talking about legal system stuff, that's not necessarily how it works. You have to get a hold of like senators and all that stuff. You got to push for bills. You have to actually sit down and learn how to write a bill or get with the senator and figure out what you want to push to have certain things changed. Voting actually isn't how you do it alone. I have to have some power and some knowledge and some people behind it to get some of this stuff to be reformed and stuff. So it's not actually just voting that does it. Unfortunately, you can have whoever your people are, whether you're Republican or you're Democrat, it don't even matter. You can have all your people in power, but if those people don't give a shit about what you want changed, they ain't changing nothing. So voting doesn't necessarily actually do it. You actually have to be grassroots with it and create like a movement to get things changed. Voting alone, I wish it did help, but it doesn't always. Yeah, that's what I just said. That's what I just said. That's not necessarily voting. You talk to your representatives, getting bills pushed. That's the way to do it. Voting just puts people in power. But if those people you put in power don't want to do a damn thing, don't matter who they are. Let's see. We all love TPP. Happy Thanksgiving. Pat Gaines, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you for the $2 super chat, and happy Thanksgiving to you too. Yeah, you guys, I'm upset at that case, at that situation. I'm not like, I know some of us don't agree with certain things. That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with that. That's what I want here. We don't have to agree with everything, but that's just where I'm coming from. And I just wanted that to be clear. That's what my feelings on it were. Yeah. So, and then why did I reiterate that? Because when chat pops up and there's things said in chat towards me that makes it seem like I don't understand what's going on, I have to clarify that, because I don't want people watching the replay that are new here thinking like, oh, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. I absolutely know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying this is how I feel. So that being said, that's what that was all about. No hard feelings to anybody. I love y'all. I hope y'all having a beautiful day. All right. So I know some people can't do that. They can't have the disagreements and this and that and be fine, but it is what it is. We're good. All right, guys. So that's it, though, man. That is it. This live was way longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be up here for an hour, but that's the usual, right? Usually it's an hour and then ends up in 2, 3, 4 hours. Well, appreciate you guys for hanging out the whole time. I really do. So that being said, gave my love to my people. If you're new here, if you're catching the replay, thank you for making it this far. If you'd like me to cover a trial, a case, have information to send me, want to tell me I'm horrible at hosting this show and I don't know what I'm talking about, any of that stuff, hit me up on my socials. I have X, Instagram, Facebook, and then also there's the email, the links for those, and then the email, those are all down in the channel description and the video description. Get at me. Let me know what you're thinking on it. And then let me know if you think don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine too. So other than that, if you want to donate to the show, you want to help the show's, production, running it, the programs, all that stuff, you want to donate it every which way, we got PayPal, Venmo, CashApp. The links to those are down in the video description and the channel description as well. If you leave a donation, please let me know your screen name and what platform you're watching me from. The screen name so I can give you a shout out and put you up on the donation wall, and obviously screen name as well so I can give you the shout out. And let me know what platform you're watching me from. I'm trying to figure out where my people are watching me the most from, because our Rumble numbers look pretty decent. They look pretty dang decent. So I'm wondering how many of y'all are from Rumble. So, but that being said, guys. Oh, and then also, if you'd like to help donate to the studio, we got the Amazon registry with studio equipment that we need help with. But that being said, no donations are necessary. They're always appreciated. And the only thing I ask is just keep showing up to the live streams, hit the like, smash the share, let people know about us. That being said, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you all. And no hard feelings to anybody if we have disagreements. It is what it is. We all adults, man. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Happy freaking Thanksgiving. Get out there, eat you some turkey, some pie. Just totally make some bad food decisions and regret it all, okay? Please, because that's what I'm about to do. But that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. Be safe out there, and I will see you on the next one, man, because it's your boy, the Real Piscine Predator, a.k.a. TPP, baby. And until the next live stream, next video, or the next short, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.